The draft combine has come and gone. Free agency was a massive success for the Chicago Bears, but now it's time for Big Cavs Mock Draft 2.0 right after the intro.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
All right, Chicago Bears fans, welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. Hit us up at 773-242-9336 or follow us on social media at Chi Bears Central. And of course, you can hit us up at Chicago Bears Central at gmail.com. We're going to get right into it. Chicago Bears draft interest is at a fever pitch right now. We already seen the Chicago Bears take care of business in free agency with some major additions we'll be discussing throughout this recording. And then of course, the draft is on the horizon. And man, everybody wants the Bears to take, well, not necessarily everybody, but a lot of people, especially what the Chicago Bears did on the offensive line. They want him to take Ashton Jeanty. And honestly, I can't be mad at fans for wanting to take the top running back in the draft. But at the end of the day, man, this is a deep draft at running back. And I feel like the Chicago Bears, while they did make impressive upgrades on the offensive line, they cannot go into the season with Braxton Jones being their number one left tackle. So I am still all in on, excuse me, I am still all in on Will Campbell to be the number one pick for the Chicago Bears at number 10 in the draft coming up. I mean, honestly, there's just no reason for the Chicago Bears, if he's available at 10, to pick Ashton Jeanty. I'm sorry. It's your boy Big Kev, man. I just feel like the draft is deep enough at running back for the Chicago Bears to pick a running back in the second round or even in the third round and not lose out as much as people probably think they will be with Ashton Jeanty. Um, Offensive line is still very, very important, and left tackle is very, very important. And Braxton Jones hasn't shown me enough to make me believe that the additions of Drew Dahlman, of Jonah Jackson, of Joe Tooney will allow him to flourish. I just don't see it. And I'm not trying to have him be the group project guy on this offensive line. Like, I think Darnell Wright is solid at his position, but I think Braxton Jones will be that guy that the rest of the squad would have to carry. And he'll get a on the project without contributing enough to deserve that grade. We already know everything about Will Campbell. We know what he brings to the table. There's no need to go back into the numbers and the measurables and everything like that. I just feel like if he's available at number 10, the Chicago Bears should not outthink themselves or overthink things. Just grab this guy, plug him in with these all-pro bowlers, these champions, and get this offensive line off to a buzzing, wonderful start in 2025. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Should the Bears still stick to the trenches with this number 10 spot or number one pick, or should they go ahead and grab Ashton Jeanty? I don't think so, but I want to know what you guys think about Will Campbell at number one. Now, second round picks will be kind of surprising. My first pick of the second round is going to be Nic Scourton out of what did I just say? I know he's a 6'4", 284-pound edge rusher. Again, I'm sticking with the trenches. I feel like he played in the SEC. He's fast. He's elusive. He's strong. He gets to the quarterback and the running back. He has a super high IQ. He can diagnose plays on the road, on the move. Now, watching film on Nick was actually pretty impressive. Seeing him fake outside and spin back inside. He was giving SEC offensive linemen fits, giving them fits and getting to the quarterback with ease. And then he has the prototypical size that Dennis Allen likes in his defensive schemes at 6'4", 285 pounds. And like I said, he is faster than you think, and he is stronger than you think. Now, he has had issues with trying to use finesse over power a little too often, but he's a young guy that'll give you depth. Now, I know that we added Odangbo. I know that we still have Montez Sweat. We still have the young guy that we drafted out of Kansas last year on the edge, but you cannot have too much depth. If anything, Philly proved in the Super Bowls that just rotating guys in and out to rush that quarterback is very important, and it can affect success and winning in the NFL. And I believe Dennis Allen and Ben Johnson and company are going to try to produce as much depth as possible on the edge. So why not go out and grab a Nic Scourton, who is a very, very fun prospect to watch. Check out his highlights and his film. It was good to see. And now this is where I address the running back situation for the Chicago Bears in the second round with the 41st pick. I am going with Quinshon Judkins out of Ohio State. Everybody knows who he is. Just won a national championship. He was a 1-2 punch in the back field for those guys. But watching film on him, it's just two people out of the Big Ten that I would select at this spot. If it's not Judkins, I'll tell you who my second guy is in the second. But this dude, he has speed and power. He has the ability to give you chunk yardage on first and second down. He is not going down easy. He'll give you 5, 6, 7, 8, 12 yards on any given situation. And he has the ability to make people miss and get into the open field. Now, he's not your fastest guy, but he will pick up big yards. He'll run through arm tackles, hit you with the stiff arm. And he also, which what impressed me the most in watching film on this guy, is he's a great route runner out of the backfield, and he will catch passes for you. So I like what I saw from this guy. We all saw him on his championship run. I'm pretty sure some of the other guys on this channel, C-Dub, Bobby, Hayes, and Steve-O, will most likely have him on their list as well. But you can't overlook a player like this. Now, some people might think this next player could be a reach at this spot, but I think that he's somebody that fits the mold of how Ben Johnson likes to run the ball, and that's none other than Caleb with a K, not a C like Caleb Williams, Johnson out of Iowa. Listen, he has big play ability, and it makes him difficult to ignore. Watching tape on this guy, was 40-yard run after 40-yard run. And he has a one-cut play style that allows him to diagnose where the defender's coming from and cut to the other side and get into the open field. I've seen this guy on tape, and he is just somebody that the Chicago Bears should be looking at. Teams might want to try to scoop him up in the third round, but I would not mind the Chicago Bears picking him up in the second round. So if the Bears are going to get a running back, they can go ahead, reach into the Big Ten and grab Quinshon Judkins or Caleb Johnson out of Iowa in one of those second round spots. Y'all let me know in the comments down below who you think the Bears should grab. If they're not grabbing Jeanty in the first round and they stick with the offensive line, should they go ahead and grab one of these two guys in the second round? Now, the third round pick is going to be a surprise. I don't know why I don't see too many people saying the Bears should do this, but this is a deep wide receiver draft. It's deeper than I've been hearing about, and I like a player out of Iowa State, Jayden Higgins out of Iowa State. Watching film on this guy, and especially with most likely losing Keenan Allen, he is a 6'4", 220-pound possession receiver. This guy will go over the middle. The Bears still need depth at wide receiver. We already know about DJ. We know about Rome. We know we just picked up Olamide Zaccheaus, but grabbing Higgins is something that I would do in the third round if he's available. The Bears would be lucky if he falls to the third round. He'll go over the middle with no problem. He catches it in traffic, even though he has a little trouble there. And he goes up and gets those 50 balls. At 6'4", the Bears fell in love with Johnson in the preseason. Bears fans did last year because he was just big and he would go get the ball. He fights for extra yards. Like, I did not see this kid go down easily ever in watching tape for him. He'll catch the ball in traffic and still fight to get that extra 1 or all the way to 10, juke, spin, make people miss on the run, catch the ball, hit the ground, and then I mean, watch film on this kid out of Iowa State. He's one of the best wide receivers in Iowa State history, man. He practically catches everything thrown his way thanks to him having a massive catch radius, and he had only a 3% drop rate in his entire career. He destroys zone coverage. I can't tell you how many times this dude caught the ball with 2 people, 3 people in the area just because he figured out ways to get open. So that's my third round pick for the Chicago Bears, Jayden Higgins out of Iowa State, wide receiver. I'm telling y'all, don't sleep on this wide receiver class. Now, he's not a vertical threat, but that's not what the Bears are looking for. They're looking for somebody to catch the ball over the middle and give you possessions. Now, if he's not available, I would go with inside offensive line just to give depth. And that's Wyatt Millum out of West Virginia. He could learn behind this offensive line and be plugged in when maybe Joe Tooney is, retires or something because he's a little bit older. But hopefully, Higgins is available in the third round. Now, in the fourth round, this is a position of need for the Chicago Bears only because of injury and age. Jaquan Brisker stays injured. Kevin Byard is older. So with the fourth round pick out of Alabama, Chicago Bears select Malakai Moore, safety out of Alabama. This dude is just first of all, I can't believe that he's projected to be a late third round, early fourth round pick because he played 5 years at Alabama. He played under Nick Saban. He has over 200 tackles. He's definitely your prototypical center fielder type safety dude. He's not afraid to muddy it up, get to that line of scrimmage on short yardage situations to hit that running back. He forces fumbles. He tackles in the open field. He has incredible ball skills and a super high football IQ. If this kid is available in the fourth round because he got injured last year, that's probably what's hurting his draft stock. But if he is available in the fourth round, you scoop him up. No questions about it. Chicago Bears. I'm telling you, if Malachi Moore, if he is available in the fourth round, go get him for safety. Just go get him. Bears fans, watch tape on this guy. I know it's a lot of Alabama fans out there. I'm pretty sure you guys are very familiar with Malachi Moore, but go watch tape on this guy. Very good football player. All right, in the fifth round, I'm going with a tight end right here. The Chicago Bears need a backup tight end, pass catching backup tight end. I already know that the Chicago Bears picked up Durham Smythe already, but he's more of a blocker. He's more of a blocker. So I'm going to go ahead and pick a tight end here, and that's Mitchell Evans out of Notre Dame. Listen, during Notre Dame's championship run, he caught 43 passes for 421 yards and 3 touchdowns, and he started every single game. And when he got to college, he was basically just a blocking tight end. He developed so he became a good catcher. And honestly, this man, 70% of his career receptions were for first downs or touchdowns. 70%. So 7 out of every 10 of his catches were for either a first down or a touchdown. That is incredible. So if you're going to go out there and back up Cole Kmet, you better be ready to catch the ball. That's the type of player that the Chicago Bears need. I'm excited to see him. Hopefully the Bears grab him in the fifth round. Let us know in the comments what you guys think. Should the Chicago Bears draft a tight end with their fifth round pick? And now the seventh round picks, the 2 seventh round picks, I'm going with a linebacker for the first 7th round pick. We already know about TJ Edwards and Tremaine Edmonds. We know how these guys play. We know that one of them's going to be gone after this season. It's going to be it's pretty much a given to save some money. So I'm thinking that this late in the draft, if you can pick a linebacker up that has enough upside that you can see him playing, figuring into the future of the team, I say go for it, especially after losing Jack Sanborn. Go ahead and pick up Teddy Buchanan out of California. We need depth at the position. He's first team All ACC, and he has a high football IQ. Now he excels in zone coverage, but the kid he's really good. He doesn't play outside himself. He plays within the parameters of his abilities. And he goes out there and just diagnoses plays and make plays. That's what you're looking for in there. And he'll probably play special teams. It's a 7th round pick. But he has a high enough upside to get some tick and earn his way onto the team. Now, my final pick for the Chicago Bears in the 2025 draft is probably going to make C-Dub. Very, very happy. And I'm going with kicker out of Texas Tech, Gino Garcia. Just to be frank, Cairo Santos, if he has to kick the ball from 50 yards and beyond, it's pretty much a crapshoot. You just don't know. If he, I mean, I know it just seems like he can't kick the ball from beyond 50 yards. So you got to go out there and get a young leg back there that can kick the ball, and that's Gino Garcia. He's reliable and accurate from 50, 55 with a career long of 59 yards. Like you go and get somebody that's going to be able to give you the ability to kick the ball, especially like before halftime and at the end of games, things like that. If you can't kick the ball beyond 50 yards, it puts the Bears offense in situations where they have to get further down the field. And you don't want to have to do that every single time. Last season, we have uh, PTSD from what happened in the first game against the Packers. So we don't want to see that again. Chicago Bears, with the last pick, what you got to lose? Go ahead and grab Gino Garcia, put him on the roster, make Cairo Santos earn it, maybe cut him before the season starts. I know that'll make C-Dub happy. All right, it's your boy Big Kev. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about my mock draft 2.0 after the combine, after free agency. And we'll see you guys soon, man. We're looking forward to draft day at the end of April. I'm going to holler at you guys next time, man. Peace.